I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect Call of Duty and Battlefield to beef again like it's 2016 and we are back in Battlefield 1 versus Call of Duty Infinite Warfare era, but here we are. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 shamelessly copied a mechanic from Battlefield 6, the combat role which was introduced with Battlefield 5 and now made a little bit better in Battlefield 6. In this video, we're gonna check this combat role, other things Call of Duty copied from Battlefield 6, and why the hell is this beef happening in the first place anyway. So Call of Duty's Black Ops 7 and Warzone's gameplay and movement mechanics are being updated with new ideas and innovations. However, the new combat role feels eerily familiar, and we're sure Battlefield 6 is raising an eyebrow or two. Yeah, you don't say. Battlefield 6 has brought back a classic Battlefield 5 gameplay mechanic, the combat role. In all fairness, the Battlefield 6 role did have some criticism for its potential to cause motion sickness, but it's still a nifty little feature that punishes you for falling from a greater height but doesn't necessarily kill you. Black Ops 7 now has introduced the exact same combat role, and its inclusion is an interesting one. So the way the Black Ops 7 combat role works, it's a third-person role. Here it is on the screen, an example. You can see when he jumps off of that building, it is a third-person animation that locks you in place. You basically cannot react or shoot your weapon. While the Battlefield 6 one is actually using the first-person role, so you can still react when you do actually finish the animation and shoot the guy who's maybe waiting for you around the corner or is head glitching somewhere. Raven Software shared a social media clip advertising the new hashtag Black Ops 7 combat mechanic role. It requires the Mountaineer perk to use, and the video shows a player falling from a couple of stories up at least, and the camera transitions to a third-person view to execute the combat role. The whole animation effectively leaves you helpless for 2 or 3 seconds, and it remains to be seen how useful or harmful the perk will prove to be in Black Ops 7, says Tom Henderson and Insider Gaming. The official Call of Duty page confirms its presence in Warzone 2. Combat role is a movement feature that reduces damage taken when falling from considerable height. This will be coming to Call of Duty Warzone under the new and improved Mountaineer perk in Season 1. So this beef between Battlefield and Call of Duty is really nothing new. It is something that has been going on for a very, very long time. But it's definitely been reignited in the last couple of weeks at this point. So basically what happened, Battlefield 2042 came out all the way back in 2021, and since it was a garbage piece of shit game, it died instantly. So all of the players from Battlefield and the creators who just didn't want to play Battlefield 2042 went to Call of Duty, because Call of Duty at the time had some good games, or so I was told. So everybody went there, and Call of Duty flourished for a couple of years because of this. And here is where the beef got reignited again. EA and DICE re-invited all of those Battlefield creators who became COD creators to this huge Battlefield 6 reveal event and paid them millions and millions of dollars to go there, hang out and play basically at this LAN party and showcase Battlefield 6. At this LAN party, of course, Activision and people who own Call of Duty have seen Battlefield 6 and the game, and have seen that this game doesn't actually have ridiculous skins like what they have in Call of Duty Black Ops 6, like Ninja Turtles, Beavis and Butthead and whatnot. And they have seen that Battlefield 6, at least initially, is going to be making money with a different approach, more realistic approach. And I think they have seen they're going to lose a lot of money if they cannot reintroduce those skins. Because let's face it, Call of Duty was making some pretty big bucks selling those skins to people who play those games. So Battlefield has intentionally or unintentionally, depending on your point of view, hit Call of Duty where it hurts them the most. Money. This is all Activision ever cared about. As it says in this article, Black Ops 7 devs had to cut big brand collabs after silly skins backlash. One of the main reasons why Battlefield 6 may trump Call of Duty Black Ops 7, aside from the game itself being great, is the latter's cosmetic. While it started off with some fancier gear, Call of Duty has gone over the deep end, introducing entirely unrelated skin like American Dad, a humanoid shark, and Seth Rogen. In fact, the design for these silly skins is now so strong that Battlefield 6 fans almost lost it over a relatively toned down cosmetic which has just had some neon green lights on it. Yeah, this famous monster skin from Battlefield 6 beta was also getting flamed. This is how sensitive people are about skins these days. So it looks like Treyarch may have finally gotten the message, as it has cancelled crossover deals with several big brands, according to the new report. They lost millions and millions of dollars, guys, basically, is what this article is saying. So Black Ops 7 was initially supposed to have more crossover skins. So get this is how Battlefield 6 has hurt them. It took all their creators, paid them more than when Call of Duty was paying them to stream Warzone, got everybody to play Battlefield 6, showed that the game has no skins, they were just, basic ass uniforms during that LAN event, and then showed that you guys are about to lose a lot of money because you ain't gonna have those skins anymore in Black Ops 7, because we know this is gonna cause a lot of backlash and you're gonna lose a lot of players if you do introduce those skins. Though let's not kid ourselves, Activision, of course, having the backing of Microsoft, still has a lot of money to go over, but still Battlefield delivered a blow here which I think really hurt them at the deep end. And now Call of Duty, I think, desperately is trying to steal something from Battlefield just to get one up on them. So Treyarch Senior Director of Production Yale Miller revealed that the studio is aware that the players think the recent skins have been over the top. They're now focusing on putting out skins that only make sense within the world of Black Ops 7. For this reason, they had to reject or cancel a bunch of collaboration plans. There are opportunities that we have had lined up after some of our conversations we straight up turned down. Big brands, he said, big things, huge. And we're like, no, we're not gonna do that because it just doesn't fit. Oh yeah? It's kind of funny he says it doesn't fit when this article came out right after that Battlefield 6 event. So yeah, as you can see, Battlefield has delivered a pretty big cut into the huge juggernaut body of the Call of Duty franchise. And honestly, whether you love or hate Call of Duty or love or hate Battlefield, this is a very good thing for us, the consumers. Fuck these skins everywhere. Fuck them in Battlefield, fuck them in Call of Duty. You can quote me on this. Them competing with one another again, like it is Battlefield 1 versus Infinite Warfare, is good for both games, guys. This is exactly what we needed. We didn't need to have Call of Duty on the top. It's been on the top, like I said, since Battlefield 2042 came out. It's been on the top since, you know, all the other games kind of failed and every streamer from here to Timbuktu is streaming Warzone. But now there is competition. The only people who benefit from competition is us. Not these huge corporations, not these brand deals who are selling us skins. It's us. It's a very good thing. I really hope you understand that. So how many players did Battlefield actually poach from Call of Duty, and how many of them are actually gonna stay on Battlefield 6 post-launch? A new report from Battlefield Bulletin says that a report from the game business claims that Battlefield 6 has an estimated 1.7 million copies pre-ordered on Steam alone, expected to sell 5 million within the first week. It's a lot of copies, guys. It's a very good estimate. 29% of Call of Duty players who have played the Battlefield 6 open beta didn't go back to Call of Duty the following month. The majority of them are Steam users, followed by PlayStation players. So you can see here, even in this report, that Microsoft has that grip on the Xbox players. I think it's clear to everybody that Xbox players will play Call of Duty. It is a Microsoft franchise. It is a Microsoft-owned property. So they're gonna push this pretty hard on Game Pass, their promotions, and whatnot. But still, getting 29% of players from Call of Duty to Battlefield, and they didn't return to Black Ops 6. And Black Ops 7, I mean, we have all seen the trailer of that game. It looks to me basically the same as Black Ops 6, maybe even worse in some areas. So I don't see huge improvements here other than them removing skins and now adding a combat role from Battlefield 6 to that godforsaken franchise. Battlefield 6 here has a huge opportunity to not only be a very good game for us, the Battlefield players, but it might actually indirectly help the Call of Duty franchise and those Call of Duty players who have been playing that aging lion with that SVMM or rotational aim assist and these freaking skins for years now. So I think we can help each other here as gamers. I think we should unite here as Battlefield and Call of Duty players and strike back against the skins, against SVMM, against rotational aim assist, and all these other absolute cancers that have been developing over the past couple of years. I'm super excited for the times that are coming ahead. This is the first time in a long time since basically Battlefield 1 and Infinite Warfare where I feel like, wow, we might actually be back for the first-person shooter becoming a thing again. We also have Arkwright that's coming a little bit later after Battlefield 6 is out, just before Call of Duty is out. We can see how that game is gonna play out. We know it's a game that's developed by old DICE. We know that studio can deliver some very polished games. They delivered Star Wars Battlefront 2. They delivered Battlefield 1. Like, they know how to do their games, guys. So if that game is very good and then Call of Duty becomes good after a while, Battlefield 6, if hopefully it's a decent game, we have a lot to play. And let me tell you, it has been a very long time since we had options when it comes to shooters. So it's not going to be anymore Warzone only forever. Now there's maybe Battlefield 6, there's maybe Arc Raiders. Halo is also coming up soon. We heard some rumors that on October there's going to be a full reveal for Halo. If Halo is back, let's say we get a really good Halo, that's another fourth game, a legendary first-person shooter you can put into the mix. There's a lot to play. And honestly, I feel like this needed to happen at some point. Call of Duty has been now on a dominating reign for like 15 years, maybe even 2 decades at this point. It's time for a change. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, consider leaving me a like and a subscription for future content so you can stay all up to date with Battlefield 6, with what is going on in the first-person shooter world, and so on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next Battlefield video. Take it easy, have a great weekend, and bye-bye.